Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by deep green forests and sparkling rivers, there lived a little girl named Amina. She was unlike any other child in the village. Her eyes seemed to hold a world of secrets, and her heart was so pure that even the animals felt drawn to her. From the time she could walk, birds would land on her hands, squirrels would play at her feet, and stray dogs would follow her home. But Amina had a gift no one could explain. She could speak to animals. It started when she was just 5 years old. One morning, while feeding the chickens, she heard a tiny voice say, "Thank you." At first, she thought it was her imagination, but when she looked down, a small brown hen was staring at her with curious eyes. "Did you just speak?" Amina whispered. The hen bobbed her head and replied, "Yes, you can hear us." From that day forward, Amina's life would never be the same. She learned that the animals had stories, stories of joy, fear, hope, and danger. They spoke of changes in the forest, of hunters setting traps, of storms before they arrived. Amina became their friend, their listener, and sometimes their protector. But she kept her gift a secret, afraid that others might not believe her. One sunny afternoon, as she sat by the river talking to a wise old turtle named Harun, he told her something that made her heart pound. "Amina," he said in his slow, deep voice, "there is a great danger coming to the forest. The humans will cut down the old trees, and the homes of many creatures will be gone. You must help us." Amina looked at him, unsure of what to do. She was just a little girl. How could she stop something so big? That night, as the moon shone through her window, Amina lay awake, thinking of the turtle's words. She knew she couldn't ignore it. She also knew this was why she had her gift, to protect the ones who couldn't protect themselves. Before we go deeper into Amina's incredible journey and the challenges she would face, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss powerful, inspiring stories like this one. Together, we'll explore worlds where courage, kindness, and hope can change everything. The next morning, Amina decided to visit the heart of the forest. She walked barefoot along the soft grass, following the calls of the birds who guided her. "Hurry," a blue jay chirped, darting ahead. "You must see for yourself." Soon, she reached a clearing where the tallest, oldest trees stood, giants that had been there for hundreds of years. Their trunks were wide enough to hide an entire family behind, and their branches were alive with nests and buzzing bees. But something was wrong. The animals gathered there looked frightened. A fox paced back and forth. "They came yesterday," he said urgently. "Men with loud machines. They marked the trees with red paint. They will be back." Amina's heart sank. She could almost hear the silent cries of the forest itself. She sat down on a fallen log, thinking, "If I tell the villagers, they won't believe me," she said softly. "They'll think I'm making it up." A wise old owl fluttered down beside her. "Then you must show them, child. Sometimes humans need to see before they can understand." That evening, Amina began to plan. She would bring the village children into the forest, let them see the beauty and life within it. If they fell in love with the forest, they might convince their parents to protect it. But there was one problem. The men with machines were returning soon. She had only a few days. The next morning, she went door to door, inviting the children to a forest adventure. She spoke with such excitement that they couldn't say no. Soon, a group of curious little faces followed her along the winding paths, their laughter mingling with the songs of the birds. When they reached the great trees, the children gasped. Monkeys swung from the branches, butterflies danced in the sunlight, and deer stood watching from the shadows. It's like a magical kingdom. One boy whispered. Amina smiled. It is. And like every kingdom, it needs to be protected. That night, as the children told their parents what they had seen, whispers spread through the village. For the first time, people began to talk about the beauty of the forests and the danger it faced. Amina had planted a seed, but she knew seeds take time to grow, and the men with machines would not wait. The next morning, before the sun had fully risen, the rumble of engines echoed through the forest. Amina woke with a start. She ran to the clearing and found the fox, the owl, and the turtle already there, watching the road nervously. They're coming, the fox warned. Today, they start cutting. Amina's mind raced. She needed the villagers to see what was about to happen. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Without stopping to think, she sprinted back to the village, calling out to anyone who would listen. Come to the forest now! It's urgent! At first, only a few followed her. Then more came, curious about the commotion. Soon, a crowd gathered at the forest edge. Just as the men with chainsaws arrived, the machines roared to life, but before the first tree could fall, Amina stepped forward. Stop! She shouted, her voice shaking but strong. The men paused, surprised to see a little girl standing in their way. These trees are not just wood, she said, her eyes fixed on them. They are homes. They breathe for us. They protect us. If you cut them down, you destroy more than you know. Some villagers murmured in agreement. The children she had taken into the forest ran forward, tugging at their parents' sleeves. Mama, Papa, you have to save the forest. We saw the animals. They'll lose their homes. The leader of the men laughed. It's just a forest, little girl. Trees can grow again. Amina's voice trembled, but she did not back down. Maybe trees can grow again, but not the ones that have lived for hundreds of years, not the nests that will fall today, not the lives that would be lost. There was silence. Then, unexpectedly, a deer stepped out of the shadows, followed by a family of monkeys, a pair of foxes, and dozens of birds. They did not run. They stood there, watching the humans as if they understood what was happening. The villagers gasped. They're not afraid, someone whispered. It's like they know her. And in that moment, even those who doubted Amina felt something shift inside them. The men with machines looked uneasy. We can't work if the animals are in the way, one muttered. It's bad luck. The leader frowned but waved his hand. Fine, we'll come back later. As they left, Amina knew the battle was not over. They would return, unless something more powerful stopped them for good. The villagers stood in silence, watching the men leave. Amina turned to them, her heart still pounding. They will come back, she said quietly, unless we protect this place together. For a moment, no one spoke. Then an elderly man, the village elder, stepped forward. The girl is right, he said firmly. This forest has sheltered us for generations. Without it, our streams will dry, the animals will vanish, and even our crops will suffer. A wave of agreement spread through the crowd. Mothers, fathers, and children began speaking at once, offering ideas to guard the forest. Some suggested building signs to warn outsiders. Others talked about forming a watch group to keep the machines away. Even the hunters agreed to protect certain areas where the oldest trees grew. That afternoon, the village came alive with action. Men and women worked side by side. marking the forest boundaries with bright banners. Children painted pictures of animals to hang on trees so anyone entering would see what lived there. Amina moved among them, feeling hope grow like sunlight breaking through the clouds. 3 days later, the men with machines returned, but this time they found the entire village standing at the forest's edge. The elder spoke for them all. This forest is our home. You will not harm it. The workers looked at the united crowd, at the bright banners, at the watchful eyes of dozens of villagers, and they turned back without a word. That night, under the same moon that had shone on her the night she made her decision, Amina sat by the river with the wise old turtle Harun. "You have done well, little one," he said. "You listened when others would not, and because of that, lives were saved." Amina smiled. "It wasn't just me. Everyone helped. Sometimes you just need to open one heart, and the rest will follow." She looked out over the forest, now safe, at least for a while. The wind rustled through the trees like a gentle thank you. To everyone listening to this story, remember, no act of kindness or courage is ever too small. Whether you speak for animals, protect nature, or simply stand up for what is right, you have the power to change the world around you. Just like Amina, you can be the voice for those who cannot speak for themselves. If the story touched your heart, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more daily stories that inspire, uplift, and remind you of the power of compassion. And never forget, the world is listening, even when you think it's silent.